Hi, my name is Nick Burnham and I'm down here in Plymouth for Motorboat and Yachting. I bought something quite unusual. Now normally when we're in Plymouth we're inevitably on the latest and greatest from Princess Yachts. We are in fact with Princess Yachts, but we've gone completely the other way. Welcome to Genesis, welcome to the Project 31 Charlotte. Now the logic behind this boat is that Princess celebrated its 50th anniversary, and the Project 31 is the very first boat that Princess, or indeed Marine Projects as they were known then, ever brought out. So for their 50th birthday they decided they were going to get hold of an original Project 31 and restore it. Now this has been done before, of course. Fallon have done it with a Weekend 19 and Sunseeker have done it with a Sovereign 17. But they haven't done it like this. This is a bit different because what Princess have done is, rather than a completely faithful restoration, they've kept all the originality of the 60s styling and the 60s glamour, but they've done it with some real finesse and some super yacht techniques and really created something very special indeed. Now clearly the restoration was a major job in its own right, and a lot of structural work and engineering work was done. But the thing to really focus on here is the details, because they've really gone to town with this boat. So you've got this beautiful engine turn dashboard, you've got this wonderful upholstery that they've put in it, some lovely decking, some really neat features around the boat like an original compass, and it's just a really exquisite, beautiful thing. Now if the outside's impressive, it's when you come down in here that it really ramps up a gear. Princess have finished this with a mahogany finish, which is the traditional sort of wood that you get in a boat at this age, but they've done it with a super yacht technique, so it's got this really high gloss finish to it. The upholstery as well, it's a traditional colour, it's the sort of colour you'd have had back in the 60s, but again it's a more modern material, and the details are lovely. Things like the way they've finished the back of these lockers just here, the diamond quilting around the forward bed, just absolutely beautiful. There's one more area that's also been upgraded, and that's the engine. This one's got a single D3 170 horsepower engine, and we're going to take the boat out and see how it performs out at sea. So out here on the water, the boat feels actually really solid. It's obviously a very well engineered boat, and it's interesting because there's clearly a lot of love gone into this boat. When Princess did the restoration, they actually brought in some of the retired guys that built these in the first place. The project was also overseen by David King, who's been of course with the company from the very beginning. And it's just, they've produced something that just feels marvellous. I mean, we're very lucky today, we're out on a perfect day for it. And it just feels like a wonderful place to be. It's very quiet with that single Volvo engine in it. And you'd expect perhaps with 170 horsepower for it not to be that quick. It is after all a 31-foot boat. But you've got to remember, this is 31-foot old school. It's not a great big high wide caravan. It's low and it's narrow, and it actually picks up really well. If we wind the revs on there, she's quite flat bottomed, but it means that she planes at pretty low speed. That's up on the plane there, and she'll wind out to about 15-16 knots, which when you consider that single 170 horsepower engine is superb. But it's not about speed, it's not about performance, of course. What it's about is recapturing that 60s feeling. And sat here now like this, it really feels like I've gone back in time. It feels brilliant. danger when you restore an old boat like this, which was actually originated from 1965, that what you end up with is just a very nice condition old boat. But what Princess have here is a real pucker classic. It looks fantastic, it feels exquisite, it works well on the water, and it's just a genuinely lovely thing. But the way they've done it, the way they've fused that modern finishes inside and that modern technology with that wonderful retro vibe of the 60s, it really does make a terrific link between their origins and the kind of massive up-to-date stuff that they're building today.